So my name is Ramona Nee, N-E-E, and I'm an oncology nurse at the Brigham and Women's Hospital. Well, I think if you look back and if you hear everything on the TV and stuff, medication errors cause people to stay hospitalized much longer. It can be very detrimental to patients' condition. It could make them worse, and it's not the right thing to do. We should be able to take care of them and make them better while they're in the hospital.
You never want to cause a patient harm. That's one of the oaths you take as a nurse. So making a med error is really hard on the provider.
The new computer system, I noticed right away when I was wheeled into the suite, all the computer workstations that were about, which weren't there before, and my very first encounter with the nurse to come in to give me medications, they switched on the one in the room, and so I ask a lot of questions because that's what I do.
Well, the smart pump we have the Alaris, but it's known also as the smart pump, is a new addition to our safety for medication delivery, in the sense that what happens is we're able to program the pumps to know what medication we're giving, how fast to give it, and also for things like chemotherapy, which we do a lot of on our floors, we're able to also do weight-based dosing on the pumps. The way this pump works, the smart pump, is to double check my work and make sure that I'm running it at the right rate, I have the right volume of medication and the right, again, also the right drug, because you're going to be looking at your bag as you're programming it to make sure that this is indeed the right thing that you're hanging. The pumps help because it feels like there's another set of eyes, like there's another nurse in the room checking your work. Especially with things like chemotherapy, it tells you what's running through that pump and how long it's going to run for, and it just feels good to know that there's something else checking what you think you already know, because at the end of the day, what you think you know might not always be right, and that's how med errors are made.
So essentially, I come into the room. We always double check the name band to be sure that we have the right patient and verify that. I use the scanner to scan the computer so that it'll interact. I open up the EMR system on the patient. The EMR is the electronic administration record. That's what it stands for, EMAR. I'll have my meds, I'll scan the barcodes. They'll give me check marks. If that is all correct, then I go to the patient, I scan his band, and then I sign out the meds.
And in particular, I asked them all how they liked it. And what I was struck by was a few of the nurses said that initially they're a little skeptical of the extra time it would take, but when it caught their first mistake, not their mistake personally, but something wasn't quite right, that it just really completely changed their point of view, because they realized that patient safety was enhanced in ways they previously weren't able even to detect sometimes, because it was not a mistake they made, but maybe the pharmacy or some other part of the chain.
You feel so good. You feel very good when it stops you and you look at it and you go, oh my goodness, like, you know what, if I put that up, you just think of the things that it did for you and for your patient, that you were able to stop this from happening. And in the past, you might have not even realized that happened right away, like that you had delivered that wrong med. With all, you had the best intentions forward. So when it stops you, it makes you feel really good and know you're doing the right thing.
I'm very excited about the work that we do here. I'm very excited about the technology that we have implemented to make patient care as safe as possible, and I think it works.
Well, I think, just my personal views, that technology innovations start in places that are really well equipped to do it, and they figure it out, and then it spreads, and then it gets less expensive. People get trained, and they figured out how to do the complex chemotherapies, whose medication requirements are very different and often highly personalized. And the nurses, in particular at oncology here, are just, it's the last place I want to be, but they make it easy to be here if you have to be here.